Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. So today we'll start our chemistry class. We'll do organic chemistry today. We'll do a small part of organic chemistry. Now, students, organic chemistry means it's the chemistry of carbon compounds, right? You have done, small things in your 10th standard and in 11th standard also. I think you are doing in your NCRT class also, right? Okay. So it's all about carbons. Let us not go into the basics. Let us do some questions. I think questions are more important, right? Okay. Now, as far as questions are concerned, the first thing is IUPAC name. Okay. See how to name these compounds. Very, very important. So we'll directly go to the question. Clear? How do you name these compounds? There's a committee which decides the name, right? It's called International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Fine. So what are the rules? Before that, I hope you know all these compounds. You have done in your NCRT, right? CH4. What is CH4? Methane, right? C2H6, ethane. Then C3, propane. Like that, it keeps going, right? Okay. Fine. Ethane, methane, like that. It'll keep on going, right? Yeah, I think you know all this. C4H10 is butane. And what is the general formula? CnH2n plus 2. These are called alkanes. What are they called? Alkanes, right? Okay. Students, will start with the naming. That's more important. Let's start with the naming, right? Now, before we start with the naming, you should understand what is the meaning of substituent. Okay. So, what does a substituent actually mean? Okay. What does a substituent mean actually? Just see. Now, suppose I have got this carbon, like this is your propane, right? You know that this is propane, right? Very simple. Okay, this is propane, right? Fine. Now here, everywhere you have hydrogen atoms. Can you see? Everywhere you can see hydrogen atoms, right? Now students, if you replace this hydrogen atom, listen is very carefully. If you replace this hydrogen atom by some other group, that is called substituent. So suppose instead of H, I put some other group R. Okay, then that is called as a substituent. Fine. Now I'll tell you what are the different types of R you will get. There are so many types of R. So I repeat again, instead of hydrogen, you substitute something R, that is called substituent. Now what are the substituents you will get? Let's see this now first. Okay. Yes. Let's see now. Now students, this is methane. Listen this very carefully. This is methane, CH4, right? Okay. Now you remove one hydrogen, make it CH3. Remove one hydrogen like CH. This substituent is called methyl. What is it called? Methyl. Remove the hydrogen. Methyl. Like that, any alkyl. If you have got C2H6 student, right? And if you write C2H5, what is this called? Ethyl. Put C2H5 or ethyl. So just remove one hydrogen and you will get that. Now, if you see in most of the books for methyl, they'll write Yemi. For ethyl, they'll write ET. ET they will write. Okay. For, propane, they will write propyl. Suppose you are getting C3H8. Then if you just remove one hydrogen, it becomes C3H6. 7. Now this becomes, what it becomes? Propyl. So like that, butyl. So we write PR for this. Similarly, C4H10, C4H9. What is this called? Butyl. So these are all substituents ones, right? I'll give you the list of substituents. Methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, all these alkyls. In general, what do you call them as? In general, you will call alkyl. So this is a substituent. Please remember. Okay? This is one substituent, students. Let me give you the list of all the substituents, right? Alkyl. Then, students, you have got phenyl. I hope you understood what is alkyl. Methyl, ethyl, propyl, right? Phenyl. Now, phenyl means this. Please understand, this is called phenyl substituent. Okay, phenyl. Fine. Then, nitro. Nitro is NO2. Chloro, Cl. Bromo, Br. Iodo, I. F. Fluoro. Okay. Then, now students, this is called alkoxy. What is the substituent called? Alkoxy. I'll tell you why it is called alkoxy. Suppose it was OH, then what you could have called as? OH means you could have called that as hydroxy, right? So just 1 minute. Yes, friends, we'll continue now. So what is OH called? Hydroxy. What is this OR called? Alkoxy. Now this R can be same alkyl group. Methyl, ethyl, propyl, like that. Okay. So I'll just rub it out. Now suppose for example, you have got OCH3. Then this is called methoxy. What is it called? Methoxy. If it is OC2H5, then this is called ethoxy. So depending on that, methoxy, ethoxy, like that. Clear? Okay. So Shwan, this is called alkoxy. Very clear? All these are substituents, please remember. Okay. Apart from this, phenyl, alkyl, nitro, chloro, bromo, iodo, fluoro, you also, yes, this is a full list of substituents, right? So if anything is coming among this, you call it a substituent, right? Okay. Fine. Just note it down. Very, very important. Okay. So I'll just rub it off. Now, how to name it? Okay. Now you have the list of all the substituents, right? Now if substituents come, how will you name it? The rule is, this is the IUPAC rule, right? Okay. This is very carefully. The first rule is, select the longest chain of carbon atoms. You might have done this in your NCRT class, this quick revision, select the longest chain of carbon atoms. So take the longest chain. I'll give you some examples now. Now your students will be very careful. Sometimes they'll cheat you. Cheat you means what I'll tell you. Suppose I ask you which is the longest chain here. Some student will say it's this. Some student will say this. Both are same only. It doesn't make a difference. Straight. Select the longest chain. Straight, it should be straight. So this. Now I'll give you some more examples. Suppose it is like this. Now student, here you have to be careful. If you take this as the longest chain, this is 4 carbon atoms, am I right? If you take this like this, student, it will be 5. Just see very carefully. If you take straight, it will be 4. If you take like this, it will be 5. So 5 is the right answer. Please remember. Okay? 5 is the right answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you take this as the longest chain, right? Okay? Be careful here. Don't, this is not like this. You have to, so you have to decide, no, what is the longest chain, no, like, clear? So I hope you're getting it. Then the second rule is, students, I hope you're getting it. The second rule is, once you select the longer chain, then you will have substituents, right? Suppose you have got substituents. Then you have to number the substituents, right? You have to give some numbers, right? So you have to start numbering from that end. Start numbering, right? From that end. Substituent should get less number. Substituent should get, okay. So start numbering from that end, right? Where the substituent gets, suppose one substituent is there. Okay, the substituent gets less. Suppose there are more substituents. If there are more than one substituent, right? Then what do you do? Then there's a rule. You take the sum of the numbers, or it is also called sum of the locants. I'll explain you this. Wait 1 minute. Of the substituents. Students, the sum of the numbers should be minimum. Yes, it should be minimum, right? I'll write on the top. I think you are able to see. Let me give you an example of this. Very, very important. Now, suppose you have this like this. Suppose there is a situation like this one, right? Now you can start numbering from this end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, these two are substituents. This is CH3, right? Actually, hydrogens are not written, it's understood. These two are substituents. So if you start from this end, student, what is the number you will get? Sum of the locants. Sum of the locant means sum of the numbers. What's the number you get? 2 plus 3, 5. Am I right? 2 plus 3, 5. If you start from this end, 1, 2, 3, this end if you start, right? Then what is the sum of the numbers? Correct? You start from that end, right? 3 plus 4, 7 you will get. Okay? We start from this end, 2 plus 3. Now tell me which is the lesser number. 5 is less. 5 is less. So therefore you will do from this end only. Very, very important. You should take the sum of the numbers. Of all the substituents, you take the sum of the numbers, right? Here there are only 2. Take the sum. Wherever the sum is less, this is better. See, because substituents have to be given more importance. Clear? So you take that sum of the less means that this is better. This is better, right? This is wrong. Are you clear? This is the second rule. Substituent less number, right? Okay. So students, I hope you are getting it. Clear? Sum of the numbers, right? So take the sum of the numbers. And third thing is, if the same substituent is getting repeated, 2 times, same thing is getting repeated 2 times. Substituent is getting repeated, right? Then if there are 2 times it is getting repeated, it is repeated 2 times, right? Then you use die. 3 times, you use what? Try. 2 times die, 3 times, try, right? 4 times tetra, like that. Tetra, penta. Okay. Di, tri, tetra, penta, 5 times is penta, right? 6 times hexa, like that. Fine. Like for example, student, here you see these two are repeated 2 times. Can you see CH3, CH3 again, again? So we can use a word here, di. What we can use here? Di. So you need not write again and again. You can use di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, right? Is that clear? Yes. So students, if you know these rules, right, you can do it. And one more thing, last thing, right? When you are writing the substituents in the name, follow alphabetical order. Alphabetical means suppose I have got methyl and I have got ethyl. Okay, so then while writing, you should write E first because E comes first, right? So better you write E first and then you write M. Okay. But while writing this alphabetical order, the die, try and all is not included. Please remember, die, try and all is not included. Okay. So I hope you know the rules. So don't include die, try. Fine. Because die is just telling you 2 times, so don't include that. Fine. Okay. So if you know these rules, what is the first rule? Longest chain you take, subsequence, less number, right? And same, repeat it, die, try, etc. Clear? And last one, alphabetical order. Give it in the alphabetical order. Methyl, ethyl means ethyl will be first, then will come methyl. Okay? And one last thing, student, we can start naming it, but before I come, see, sometimes, like meat, like suppose I want to draw propane, just see now. Student, there are various ways of drawing it, don't get confused in the exam. See, this is the full thing we are showing. Full skeleton, full structure, this is propane, right? Okay. But a shorter way of showing this is, they'll just slide like this. This is also propane only, students. You will say, sir, you have not written the hydrogens. Hydrogens are understood. What are hydrogens? They're understood. You don't have to show the hydrogens, right? Okay. And even, shorter way of drawing this is, they will just draw like this. There's a carbon here, there's a three carbons. Can you see? 1, 2, 3 carbons. Fine. This is propane. Clear? One. So these are three different ways of drawing it, please. In most of the books, now henceforth you're going to foreign books and all, they'll draw like this only. They'll just draw short. Please understand. There's a carbon here, understood. There's a carbon, understood. There's a carbon. So everything is understood, students. Hydrogens are also there, understood. Hydrogen, everything is understood. Is that clear? So you just have to show like this. Now this is propane. Suppose I'm showing butane. How will I show butane? That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, butane, right? Okay. So everything is understood, carbon, hydrogen. But if some substituent is there, that is not understood. Okay. Suppose I am putting a chlorine here, right? Then obviously you have to show that chlorine. Clear? Substitute you have to show. Okay. So here are the ways of drawing. Very, very important. Clear? Okay, so let's fine. Let us start with some examples now. So we'll start with some easy examples only. Suppose I show like this. Now see here I am showing all the hydrogen. Is that clear? So suppose I want to name this. What is the longest chain? What is this called? Propane, right? Is it propane? 1, 2, 3, right? Propane. Now at the second place you have got methyl. What is the substituent called? Methyl. So you have to give the number. 2 methyl. 2 methyl propane. Student, there should be a dash between 2 and methyl. Please remember. Small dash as I put. Whatever, dash. And there should be no, gap between methyl and propane. It should be continuous. Okay. 2 methyl propane. The last ending is propane, right? Are you getting it? 2 methyl propane. Fine. Is that clear? Very easy, right? Let's take some more examples now. Now, the same thing you could have drawn in the shortest way like this. Just see. This is a shorter way of drawing it. This is also carbon, 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 and here there's a carbon. Can you see that? But there's H3 and all is there. But I told that's understood. Okay. So the same thing you could have shown this way also. Are you clear? Just draw it like this, right? So what is it called? 2-methyl propane. Are you clear? You can draw the shorter version, right? Please understand this. Please understand this. Okay. Let me take some more examples now. Let's take some difficult examples, right? Let's take these examples, right? And let me use a shorter version only. Oh, okay, we'll use a longer version, no problem. CH3, right? So let me write like this. Let me write like this. I'll draw it here because you're not able to see there. You can't see there, right? Now, students, here if you want to see what is the longest chain, that's very interesting. See, hydrogens I have shown. What is the longest chain here? Suppose you take this as the longest chain, how much you are getting? 4. Am I right? 4. Suppose you take this as the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 5. How much you are getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 you will take. To take this, 4. Any other way you can take? If you take like this, student, if you take like this also, you will get 4. 2, 3, 4. So the correct way is this 5 is better. Okay. So this should be your longest chain. Fine. I hope you understood. So this is wrong. So this is the correct way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you clear? Now, student, the next thing is how will you start the numbering? Will you give this as number 1 or this as number 1? That you have to decide. Okay, this or this. Now, if you give this as number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, just see here, 1, 2, 5. Correct, no? Well, you may argue that, yes, you may argue that, sir, we could have taken this also as the longest chain. I hope you're getting it. But I think the answer will remain the same. Don't bother much about it, right? Clear? But it doesn't make a difference. Like the answer will be the same. Okay. Now, if you take the numbering as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is the substituent called? Methyl. What is it called? Methyl. What is this substituent called? Methyl. Both are called methyl only. This is methyl and this is also methyl. Am I right? Fine. Now, what number will come for them? 3, 4 will come for them. 3 and 4, just check. 3, here 4. 3, 4 will come with them. Suppose you do like this, then what will be the answer? So earlier we got 3, 4. Now let us see what will we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? So now students you'll get 2, 3. Correct? Now 2, 3 is better. Okay, 3, 4 is big number, like 2, 3 is better. So the name of this compound will be 2-methyl, 3-methyl, 2-methyl, 3-methyl, 5 carbon atom is what is it? Pentane. 2-methyl, 3-methyl pentane. Instead of writing 2 times 20, you can write 2, 3 dimethyl pentane. You can write this way also. So repeating it 2 times, right? 2, 3 dimethyl pentane. Fine. So I hope you understood what is the longest chain here. This is the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2-methyl, 3-methyl, right? Okay. Yes, student, I know, I understand. This is a class. You could have asked this question to me. Yes, I agree with you that this you could have taken this also as a longer chain. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Okay. You can take this also, or you can take this, but answer will remain the same. If you just see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also you will get 2, 3 dimethyl pentane. Alright? Doesn't make a difference. Once you select the longest chain, then by which way you take the longest chain, I don't think it makes a difference. Now see here, this also same thing, 2, 3 only, right? Okay? Please understand this. I'll give some time for this. Please understand it. Okay? So I hope you understood, students. Let's take some more examples now. Let's take some other substituents now. So I hope you're getting this. Select the longer chain, right? Suppose I have got some other substituents. Okay. Okay, let me take this much only, right? So I'll just write only the carbon atom, right? Now here interesting student, how will you start numbering? Whether you start numbering from this side or whether you number from this side, I think you'll get 2, 3 only. Check. You'll get 2, 3 only. Okay? Whether you start from this side or whether you 2, 3 only you'll get. But there's a small problem here. Just see very carefully. This is nitro. What is this substituent called? Fluoro. Please understand this, students. I want your attention, your perfect attention, very important. Nitrofluoro. Whether you go like this 2, 3 or you go like this also 2, 3. But alphabetically, if you see N versus F, which comes first? N versus F. Yes, F will come first. Will come first, right? So you should number such that F will get a less number. Okay? F, A, B, C, D, right? F will come first. So F should get less number compared to nitro. So if F has to get less number, then how will you start the numbering? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that clear? Otherwise, both sides will get 2, 3 only. So what is the name of this compound? 2-fluoro. And when writing also, you write first F. 3-nitro. Okay. Then what is it? Butane. Okay. So if the sum of the numbers is same, I repeat, if the sum of the numbers is same, Then the substituent which comes first in alphabetical order, you give more importance to that. But provided if the sum of the numbers is same. Is that clear? Like I'll give one more example, just see now. What is the name of this compound? 2-fluoro. Now students, suppose there is a situation like this, just see now. Okay, there is a situation like this one. Now listen to this very carefully. I have not shown the hydrogen, right? Now, first thing you should look for sum of the numbers. Please remember. So suppose I start numbering from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the sum of the numbers? Please student concentrate. Very, very important. You will get 1 plus 4, 5. Okay. There's another student who does like this. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the sum of the numbers? 2 plus 5. Can you see that? 2 plus 5. Or here is 1 plus. Now you should give 1 plus 4, 5 more importance. Some of the numbers is 1 plus 5, 1 plus, this is better. Less number, less number. Less number. Even though fluorine is there, even though if you see from fluorine's point of view, I think it will be better if you start numbering from this end. Am I right? But no, that's wrong. Clear? You should give more importance to some of the numbers, some of the numbers. Here, why I did like that? Because here some of the numbers were same, whether you go from which side. Okay, some of the numbers same. Then you give more importance to fluorine. So students, I hope you are getting it. So first importance you have to give to sum of the numbers. So 1 plus 4, 5. If it comes out to be same, then you go by alphabet. Then the alphabetical order you give the numbers. Okay. So what will be the name of this compound? 1 plus 4 means 1, 4, right? Then it will be called, while writing, you write fluoro first. 4 fluoro, 1 nitro, pentane. Correct, no? 4 fluoro, 1 nitro, pentane. So I hope you are getting it, students, right? Just check this, I'll come. Okay, students, have you understood? So some of the numbers more important, right? Let's take some more examples now. Now let us take this type of drawing, this thing. Let us take this type of drawing. Let's do this. You can draw this way also, nothing now. Okay. Anyway, you can draw it now. Now here, if you see this, there's a carbon here, there's a carbon here, there's a carbon here, right? Okay. Just see very carefully. This whole thing is called ethyl. What is it called? Ethyl. I've drawn a shorter way. 2 carbons ethyl. What is this called? Methyl. Okay. So just short way, they'll draw it. I hope you understood. This is methyl, and then what is that? Methyl, right? Okay. Methyl. What is this called? Methyl and ethyl, right? Okay. Now let us see the numbering now. So if you see the numbering 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct? And longest chain is this only. I don't think there is any problem. This is longest chain. If you take anywhere, okay, fine, longest chain is that only, right? So what is the sum of the numbers? 3 plus 4, 7. Friends, are you getting 3 plus 4, 7? Clear? Now if you do the reverse way, what is the answer you will get? Okay? Let me do the reverse way. One, two, three, four. So what is the reverse way giving you? 4 plus 5. I hope you are getting it. 9. So obviously this is correct. 3 plus 4 is 7 is correct. Less number, right? Okay? So you have to give the earlier one, right? 3 plus 4. Is that clear? So 3 plus 4, 7, this is correct. Because here you are getting a big number, right? 4 plus 5. Okay. Once you have decided this, then what is the name? 3-methyl. I hope you are getting it. 3 plus 4. 3-methyl, 4-ethyl. But when writing, you write ethyl first. Alphabetical order. So 4-ethyl, 3-methyl. How many carbon atoms are there? 7. So what is the heptane? 4-ethyl, right? 3-methyl. 7 carbon atoms, right? Heptane. Heptane is 7 carbon atoms. Fine. Students, I hope you are getting this. Just see carefully. Just see carefully what I have done. Four ethyl, 3-methyl heptane. Okay. Students, one last thing before we end the class. I told C6, I told phenyl, benzene, like this is also called C6H5. What is the other name? Just you can write C6H5 also. This is what is this? What is the substituent called? Phenyl. Okay. Phenyl. Let me take a question like this with phenyl. Like one last question we'll take for today. Suppose I draw it like this. Okay. This is called benzene, circle, benzene. Suppose you want to name this. Very simple, 1, 2, 3. So what will you call this as 2-phenyl propane. Very easy, right? 2-phenyl propane. It's called phenyl substituent, right? Okay. So students, I hope you're getting it right, phenyl. So I think we'll stop here. Okay, for today I think we'll stop. We'll continue this next time. Okay, just go through all these rules and all that. Just do more practice. Like then you'll get better. And I think your school will start. Okay then. Okay then. Bye. Okay then. Bye, students. Bye.